So question number 23 is an example of where we have a polyatomic ion, PO4, that stays together on both sides of the equation. So when I count PO4, I'm going to count it all together. I'm not going to do the P separately. I'm going to do it all together. But a little hint, even though I'm keeping PO4 together, I'm still going to count out my oxygens at the end separately just to help me with my count. But if I keep PO4 together and balance it all together, it's going to help me in my balancing. So I have my calcium, PO4, H and O, and I'm just going to count them up. I have, I have 1 calcium, I have 1 PO4 on the left, I have 3 plus 2 is 5 hydrogens. And then, as I said, I'm going to do my oxygens as well. I have 2 oxygens there plus 4 is going to give me 6 oxygens on the left. And then on my right, I have 3 calciums. This 2 means that I have 2 POHs. Hydrogens, I have 2, and then my oxygens. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is going to give me 9. The first thing I'm going to do is I am going to balance my calciums. So I'm going to put a 3 here. That changes that to a 3. It's also going to change my hydrogen count. I have 3 times 2 hydrogen is 6, plus 3 gives me 9. So 3 times 2 hydrogen gives me 6, plus another 3 will give me 9. And then my oxygen count is 3 times 2 oxygens is 6, plus 4 is going to give me a total of 10. Now that my calciums are balanced, my next thing is going to be my PO4s. I have 2 PO4s on the right, so that means I need 2 on the left. That's going to put a 2 here. So now I have 2 POHs. I will now have 2 times 3 gives me 6 hydrogens, and 3 times 2 is another 6, so I'll have 12 hydrogens all together. So my new number is 12, and then my oxygens are 3 times 2 oxygens will be 6, and 2 times 4 is 8, so 8 plus 6 gives me a new count of 14. So my calcium so far, my PO4s so far are balanced. Now onto my hydrogens. I have 12 hydrogens on one side, only 2 on the other. So I'm going to put a 6 in front of my hydrogen there, in front of my water. That's going to give me 12 hydrogens. And then my oxygen count is going to be 4 times 2 is 8 oxygens, plus 6 oxygens. That's going to go from 9 to 14, and just like that, everything gets balanced. So the key in this question was to keep my PO4s together, and then as I worked through, the balance seemed to work itself out on its own, which is always a relief to see.